I really appreciate all the questions that you guys had. You had some awesome questions. Hands.
Well,
Power pose. Let me mute this. I really appreciate all of you taking the time to ask us some awesome questions so that you can get to learn more about what we're up to here at Hyliion. So with that, let's go ahead and get it kicked off.
Eric_Bighead asked, are you still working on a Hyliion etrailer system like in the early days? If not, have you stopped developing on this solution? It could be adapted by every fleet regardless of the trucking company.
Eric, that's an awesome question, and great to see that you've kind of been following us since the beginning of Hyliion's journey, where we did start off with putting our technology on a trailer. But we did pivot away from that solution because we found that fleets own a lot more trailers than they do trucks. So if we could put our hybrid technology on the tractor up on the truck, you can get a lot higher asset utilization, and that's why we moved away from the trailer-based solution.
User Juan Bionnet asked, who are the main competitors of Hyliion at the moment or in the near future?
So no doubt we're not the only company that's bringing electrification into this trucking space. There are other players, but Hyliion is uniquely positioned where we're one of the only ones that's going after the long haul space and doing it in a way where we're taking a vehicle that can actually produce electricity locally on the truck using natural gas and having a fully electric drive vehicle behind that. So we're really the thought leaders in this space, and one of the only ones addressing that long haul market. There's a lot of other players that are more going after the local delivery, short haul, final mile type applications with BEV.
User Henry Gook 47 asked, most people usually think ERX is a more advanced version than hybrid. I wonder if you have any unique benefits of hybrid or plan to attract customers.
So I wouldn't say that ERX is necessarily more advanced than hybrid. I think it's two very different product lines. You've got hybrid, which is an add-on to an existing truck. So you use the existing powertrain and now you're adding electrification to it to either reduce fuel consumption or add more power to the vehicle. When you think about Hypertruck, we're now doing the full powertrain of the vehicle. So not necessarily more advanced than hybrid, it's just going after a different application. But both of the products have the same focus, reducing operating costs and reducing emissions that come along with operating the vehicle.
Curtis Girl Dad asked, what's the new Freightliner truck that everyone was looking at?
We didn't mean to cause that many questions on Twitter when we posted a picture of a Freightliner, but last week we had a truck pulled into our offices and we're doing a training session and showing everyone how trucks are built and how the vehicle is laid out. So that's why the Freightliner was in our front office. But as you all know, the initial launch of the Hypertruck is going to be on a Peterbilt chassis, and those will be the trucks you see rolling out towards the end of this year.
User Jose Majan asked, does your company plan on making your own trucks, or do you plan on staying with being a powertrain solution company?
So that's one of the unique things with Hyliion is we're a powertrain company. So we're not designing the entire vehicle. We do just the electric drive of the truck. And that allows us to make a solution that is agnostic to various truck OEMs. And from our end, it's also a much faster way to get a product to market. And we're able to use the trucks and the chassis that the fleets already know and love. So it makes the adoption of this solution that much easier.
T Patine 2 asked, will Hyliion be accepting Dogecoin?
So we have not joined the Doge phenomenon going on quite yet. We haven't accepted any Dogecoin, but who knows what the future is going to bring.
User Henry Gook 47 asked whether the Hypertruck Innovation Council only wants ERX, or is there any request from other customers for hybrid products?
The best way to think about the Hypertruck Innovation Council is it's really our initial set of fleets that we're working with to roll the technology out with. Now, that does not mean that these are the only players that are going to be running the Hypertruck, and it doesn't mean that they're only interested in the Hypertruck technology. Actually, numerous fleets that are in that council are already trying out our hybrid systems today. So think of this as really a group of thought-leading and innovative fleets that we have the pleasure to work with to actually jointly deploy this technology in their operations, which is going to add a lot of value to the rollout of the Hypertruck.
User Andreas Root asked, will there be any Hyliion internships in the near future?
So we are hiring nonstop at Hyliion right now, and That's a big part of how we're going to be able to go accomplish what we have ahead of us, is by having an awesome team. So not only are we trying to fill full-time roles right now, that's the big focus, but we will be having internship opportunities going forward. So if you're interested in joining us here at Hyliion, check out our LinkedIn or go to our website where we have a bunch of jobs posted, and we want to recruit some awesome people into the company.
FlyGod Yeet asks, do each of the Hypertruck Innovation Council members get a demo unit, or are they going to share?
So it's a little bit of both. In the beginning, when we have our initial Hypertruck demo units, we're going to be bringing them out and showcasing them with these fleets and moving one vehicle from fleet to fleet. And then it will eventually stem into actually having units that we're deploying in these fleets' operations. So the key thing to really watch out for, though, is later on this year, towards the end of 2021, is when fleets are actually going to start experiencing these vehicles firsthand.
Meek Dog also had a very important question. Have you tried the Breakfast Crunch Wrap from Taco Bell? It's so good.
So as you know, I'm a big Taco Bell fan, but I have not tried the new Breakfast Crunch Wrap. But now that you've mentioned it, I'm sure in the next week I will definitely find a way to try one.